Okay, we're back here today with more Season 14 TSdL. I will be picking up the game between AdesDrac and Ruba, and we'll also go through some of the games that we missed where no one was available to cast later, doing some review. And now we're just waiting for the game to start, so right here. Interesting. The name doesn't quite follow here, so his in-game name is Diabllo, apparently. And this is pretty much like some version of AoE Rush with Akaya, which is quite an interesting unit. This unit has kind of fallen off a bit because of the interactions with some of the meta heroes. So we'll see where this goes. Whereas AdesDrac is playing a pretty standard kind of offensive comp. 1 Rosen, 3 tanks, and his Rosen is banned first pick. So starting off with Lina, and we're gonna see an Awakener opponent here as a response to the Rosen ban. Clotaire and Poly, so 2 turn 1 threats and also the enabler for the follow-up as well. Pretty fast draft we're seeing here. Z2 and Yenny ban, and we see Akaya come out. So Wetham has kind of fallen off, so Despair is not much of a problem nowadays. And with Z2 has to be banned because otherwise when you use Wild Power, you're gonna instantly create the terrain for Z2 to jump to, and that's not good. So Akaya and Lina has pretty good synergy because Lina's passive, talent activates when an ally dies, including summons. So the Akaya's Wild Power instantly gives quite a lot of range and damage to Lina. Ashen and Yenny ban, so act again and like some kind of portal enabler. And we see Poly being picked up here as a counter rush. So if you stand on the front row, by the time you spend 1 action to use Wild Power, Poly is going to be in your face. So that's kind of the solution for that. Nemia. So from what I recall, Nemia can kind of go turn 1, I think. But with Akaya as the initiator and having to fight a Poly, it's kind of rough. As well as fighting the Bind from Awakener. Gintoki and Archon ban. Archon is interesting, just because he's a revive unit, and Gintoki is kind of annoying if you can't kill him in one shot properly, because he can easily heal back up to full HP and endgame very well. Z2 and Wetham being banned here, so I think right up here it's probably going to be something like an Ares or Gintoki being picked up here, because Kirika and SP Burn are kind of slow. Like, they need 1 turn to set up, so it's not good for this kind of rush comp. Leon is picked up here. Leon is okay on this map, it's not too bad. And with the motorbikes, you actually don't benefit from Police Tau. So as a turn 1 threat, it's not that great. Yeah, Gintoki with Akaya. So the main problem right now I see is that you need to spend 1 action to click Akaya, which means you cannot stand on the front row. And AdesDrac has 2 good responses to rush. Either he slows you down or he just stuns you if you're in range. Go for Grantia here, which is probably the best pick left out of the rest. The tanks or Oboro don't really do anything. At the end of the day, the tank can give the reduced range aura, so that's probably what tanks are good for this game. So we'll probably see a Landius and Christian ban, especially because Christian reduces magic damage as well. But Lightbringer can also be a problem late game if you don't do enough damage. The Ares and Burn being banned here. Not sure if Act Again or Kirika as a 4th DPS is better here. I think you might need the 4th DPS, unless Lina shows us what she can do here. Taking a while on this ban. Okay, Christian and LB, so we're giving Landius or Oboro. I think they are think Oboro might be a bit too slow. I think Landius might be better actually. Depending on what kind of Landius, I suppose. If it's Lancer, it's probably not going to do shit and you might as well go Oboro. Taking Act again on Florencia this game. Let's see how he approaches this. Because this map, on the Plains map, is kind of a gamble where the Poli will end up. Sometimes you can call a 50-50 and put Poli on a side row, side column. So she doesn't have to go down the middle. So it's a little bit of gamble to see who Poli can stun, but I guess that's what the flow is for. You just put flow on the back row, and if Poli comes in, you just heal up. But again, it's not just Poli, there's still Awakeners bind, so it kind of screws up the units that just rely on straight up high mobility instead of Act Against, because Awakener will penalize movement beyond the second tile moved. So if you move a lot of tiles, you get penalized more. AdesDrac has definitely the more, more meta kind of comp. So it's more likely to do better, but you'll see how much this Akaya lineup can do. Maybe Lina just goes in and one-shots everything. You never know. It's like a hurry up. Florencia on front row, okay. Passive? Bandit Killer. Okay, Nemia just straight up goes in without an attack buff. Just going in hot. Nukes the front 2 rows, I think. What's the range of this? 5 blocks. Not quite sure about the Florencia being in front. Wait, what? Ooh. That did not work out. That did not work out. Holy Light protection is too strong. Oh no. I mean, I don't quite want to call it just yet, but game looks over. The bind onto Gintoki and Lina. Probably even teleport someone up if you really want. I didn't even get to see what star the Nemia was. Just gone in a flash. I think that was like overly ambitious. Like you have an AoE comp, I think you should just focus on doing the AoE damage. Okay, that probably teleports out of Lina's range. I can't really check that well. But this Poli is gonna hit absolutely everything. There's no real counterplay to this. You could try to push with Gintoki. Even Leon on the side. Interesting that he bought 3C instead of AoE. But that's a guaranteed solution for Gintoki. Yeah, Poli goes in. Like at this point, why not? Doesn't quite get the kill on Lina, but it fucking kills Florencia immediately. Stun goes on to Akaya, but I mean, yeah, Gintoki and a dream, and I don't think, you know, Leon basically hard checks the Gintoki, so he's not gonna win that. Lina won't be getting attack buff until next turn. And, you know, that game is just over after the first fail kill. The Awakener plus Poli seems a bit too hard to fight. And it's kind of rough if you want to play Akaya, because you're forced to ban Z2 early, whereas usually you can kind of give Z2 a bit, because Z2 as a turn 1 threat usually isn't that strong, unless you're fighting some Boots Balance Blade variant. Did they queue into a BO1 or something? Because game 2 is not starting. I feel like they queued, they invited BO1. Because they're rolling a new map. Which means that the loser does not get to pick player 1 or 2. I'm not sure how that goes in the rules. Well, we're gonna have to wait for the game to start. I'm not sure what's going on there. Just gonna have to wait a bit and see what happens. Yeah, they invited BO1, so I can't even see the box changes. Looks to be the same the most part. I'm not sure if this webcam was here earlier. I think it was. Looks to be the same box overall. You see if Diabllo changes his approach. Looks to be the same opener so far. Shred opening with Nemia on Cavern of Light, so not quite sure how the interaction with Nemia on the map is. Maybe she just gets free water tiles in the middle. But I think right now the biggest thing is Poli cannot go through, I think. I don't know if he's gonna pick Akaya, but the Poliao cannot get past this phase. Otherwise it's too much to deal with. Yeah, okay, he bans it this time. Z2. Taking a different approach this time. Not sure how he'll follow up with the Z2, because Nemia isn't really a good initiator for Z2. And we're trading Z2s here. Can't really go for a tank ban. But either way, you could still use Wet Ham as a main initiator. But initiating against Awakener like this is always kind of rough, because like Awakener can use the swap, bind 2 of your units, then use 3C to kill your Wet Ham that came in, and then bind your other 2 units, and basically your whole team is slowed down. So this kind of strat is kind of rough into Awakener as well. He doesn't ban any tanks, so Lightbringer is just gonna shrug off whatever attempt the Wet Ham does. Bernhard as well, probably. But if you stand front row and you eat the heal reversal, I'm not sure how much Burn can tank without any buffs. But I don't know, there might be a chance that you can just straight up dispel the attack buff anyway. Pretty sure that's part of his talent. this spell. Grand Shell and Intoki being banned out here. We have Leon and Oboro with the 3 tanks remaining. Yeah, the Akaya is never gonna get banned because it's like a free access for Z2. Unless you wait for 1 turn and then you place your summon on the last column and then WoW power on that turn. Florentia 4th pick. This kind of lineup just looks kind of impossible to play if your opponent runs like the correct few DPSs. Awakener, Police, D2, even Ashen. He doesn't even have Ashen in his box. Christian last pick. Doesn't matter too much. All these are physical DPSs. You have 2 forms of Act Again, but could be useful for getting rid of the bind on Awakener so that you can initiate properly. Because AdesDrac doesn't have a sort of turn 1 initiation right now, unlike last game with the Poliel. But you could always just push your tank up front and then swap either Z2 or Leon to the front. That could be a form of initiation. Aggressive lineups nowadays kind of hard to play in the draft because you can't just put a Rosen in there because people will still ban your Awakener. And Rosen without a tank is just kind of sucks, which is why Rosen plus 3 tanks is a thing. Oh, we don't even see mass attack on Florentia for Nemia. Infantry Christian. Okay, we're gonna see the same initiation for Nemia. I don't quite see the follow-up though. Once the bind comes out, it's gonna be the same story as last game, it looks like. Like, this seems to be a free kill for Awakener, if you ask me. Does the mobility reduction matter? I don't think so. You just swap Bernhard if you really want. Just BTO. Angel's Ashen. Nah, I don't know what accessory this is. Deals 6% increased damage. What star is this? Is this 3 star? No. Attack defense 16%. More likely 4 stars? Yeah, 16% is 4 stars. Spellbound 2 units. Takes quite a bit of chip damage from the terrain, but it's okay because it's mostly her troops. The Meteor is gonna drop on Nemia's forehead. And then another 2 Soulbind is gonna come out. Seems like Diabllo's strategy is just not working out in this matchup. We even have a Z2 ball here, so if Zerida wants... Actually no, she still has water on her. But it's not like you really need to do anything. there's really only one AoE threat. Actually, no, there's no AoE threat. I thought Z2 would at least bring AoE, but right now, you have to tank bust 2 tanks, which is borderline impossible, because you have to get past the 2 tanks, then you have to get past Awakener, which you cannot kill first, because she's just gonna revive. And then you need to kill Z2 as well. Okay, actually, Wet Hand does have AoE, and there's no Dispel after Awakener moves. So, you see what can he do, because I think Zerida might just lose 1 life to the AoE, but Ashen just kind of put herself right in front of the Zerida ball, so not sure about that. Seems a bit early. But if you can get Zerida to commit to a 3C on your own Zerida, that means your tank is probably gonna get out of this alive. As well as if you force the Zerida to use her jump, then she will air slash. Okay. Florentia is just gonna heal and act again, I suppose. Leon doesn't care about the water terrain, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Leon actually can't reach just yet. So you can actually just act again. What did you miss? You missed game 1, which ended very quickly because AoE Rush strat is kind of rough to play nowadays, seems. And he gave Awakener plus Poliao on second pick, so the Poliao just kind of ended the game immediately. So seeing game 2, the Poliao doesn't get through, but this is more of a like semi-single target kind of matchup. I have brought AoE, but Zerida brings double single target. So the game already lasted longer than the previous one, but it's still rough because he's fighting 2 tanks with a single target lineup mostly. I think there's potential this game though, because why didn't he just act again? There was no threat incoming. I think he just wants to kill the burn first. But if it's just for Mimir Hammer, okay, never mind. Yeah, I don't think your normal attack is killing that. He walked into Bernhardt's aura as well, so he loses 1 buff from that. AoE comes out, doesn't quite get the kill. I think he should have just acted again first, because there's no reason not to. The Leon and Bernhardt are both not in range. Now he actually gives something for the Leon to do. Although I don't think this is good, like unless you're just trying to heal up. It's just gonna die. And now the Bernhardt might actually die. So you can just jump in and air slash the Christian, and Bernhardt will guard because he brought Iron Fist. Awakener wakes up next turn, but your DPS are kind of hugging each other, so the Meteor is actually not as threatening. Does Ashen dispel? She doesn't, right? Okay, so there's technically still this Z2 threat on the map. But I think you just act again and you just clump up on the enemy side of the map. You might be better off that way. And you kind of just leave your Florentia there to die. This game might actually have something cooking. You might even afford to kill the Christian first this turn. Still has the guard disable on Christian, but the one on Bernhardt has been dispelled. He S/ melee, so he takes quite a bit of counter damage on the werewolves, which is not great. I wonder if Florentia's AoE can take 2.5k off the Zerida. It does, so Zerida's actually dead. I think this game's over. He actually can clutch this. Yeah. Even if the AoE doesn't kill, I think Ragnarok would be enough to kill that anyway. So, yeah, Awakener versus like 3 clumped up units, I don't think she can clutch it. Because I think Z2 is just gonna click 3C on the Christian next turn, no matter what you do with your Awakener. And if the Meteor doesn't kill Wetham, he just end turn on the sword and he just kills you back. So we're gonna have to wait for them to roll a new map because I think they're fucking rolling 3 BO1s. Yeah, they're rolling the map now. Yeah, you don't get to pick the player order when you do BO1 like this. Seems like Ades wants to do some box changes. Seems to want to be the first player, so I'm not sure if they will ask for a remake if he doesn't get P1. Might take a couple of few minutes if he wants to change his box. Yeah, that game 2 actually worked out kind of well because Leon and Bernhard was kind of standing towards the back because, you know, usually that's what you do against Rush so that you don't get jumped on your whole team. But Nemia doesn't really care about that, and she reaches you like, even on the last column. And I think the Zerida kind of overcommitted because I think with that kind of lineup, you need to play around the fact that the enemy has to go through your tanks first. Like, yeah, there's a AoE that removes your guard on the Wetham, but at least you force the entire enemy team to, you know, connect on your side of the map, right? The Soulbind, well, I don't know what that thing is called, I just call it Soulbind. On the action also got instantly removed because it was applied before she moved and, you know, she got acted again. But realistically, there's also not that many good targets for the bind as well because Zerida mostly initiates by jumping on either her terrain effect or on an ally. So the bind doesn't really work on her. I still think the AoE might be better on Zerida in that game. But with the way it played out, it didn't really matter, and S/ was actually slightly better because there was only the Bernhard and the Christian left on the enemy side at that point. Yeah, I think if the Zerida just camps near his tank, at least after the guard is disabled, the enemy Zerida has to use 3C on your own Zerida, which means that your tanks might be able to live a bit longer. Especially if Bernhard gets to like survive and like at least do one sword dance or something, I think the game might be salvageable. Because the werewolves will heal up as well. And after your Bernhard heals up to a reasonable amount of HP, I think even S/ might have trouble killing the Bernhard because you already committed 3C onto the opponent's Zerida. We saw yesterday in that game like how much damage the Bernhard took from Ashen, and this Ashen is only 4 stars, so it's very, very unlikely that it's going to be enough to kill, even if Bernhard is slightly damaged on his hero. So I think it was mostly the overcommit that cost him that game. Okay, this is taking a while. They are communicating in Russian, so we don't understand. Let me go check what games I need to review after this. We have Sdao? I don't know. Versus Bguy and RôFish versus MyNameWasStolen. RôFish is a fucking SEA player. I don't know how actively he still plays on SEA, but he's a C player. Fucking chill. So that's gonna be a game that I want to look at because I want to see what he plays on global. Oh, game started. See if he gets player 1. Okay, he gets player 1, so there's no like remake or anything. Kyura. I mean, you know, typical AoE rush answer. What is Sdao? No, the Archon is still here. So tanks are still here. Actually, are the tanks here? No, the tanks are gone. Christian is gone as well as Landius. So there's one more new person. Yeah, Liana and Kyra. Typical. So this makes it even harder for any kind of AoE attempt. You could try to ban Lightbringer, Poly, and play some kind of single target strat though. I think it's not out of the question. I think this is actually easier to fight than the previous variant. But I think he's too used to playing AoE Rush, so he just instantly bans the healing answers. Let's see when AdesDrac wants to pick up his tank. I think the Poly got through again. Like, we might be seeing a repeat of game 1. And this time the Poly is on player 1. Oof. Think you go Z2 again. You cannot play an Akaya lineup. There's no time. I feel like if he just banned the tanks and then he played Z2 or a wet ham opener, it would be a lot more smooth in terms of draft. I can play Z2 and then you follow it up with some Actagins. And then you get a Bernhard down the line. That would be much more easier to execute. Like, the burden of like getting the correct play is a lot less with that kind of line. Right now, looking in the face of Poliao with this kind of lineup, not the easiest draft to play. Z2 and Yanni ban. Looks like standard bans. But now you're also looking at wet ham. In addition to thinking whether the tank is gonna be a problem or not. You're also looking at Gintoki, self-sustained monster. And you're also looking at Gintoki's brother. Doesn't have as much self-sustain, but yeah, it's Gintoki 2.0. Z2 can at least kill the Poly when she comes in, but that's kind of about it. Diabllo is also like 6 seconds left on his backup time. So
He doesn't have much time to think about the draft anymore at this point. If he wants to win, he probably has to make some kind of play around the Ectogans, and yes, the wet hand does come out. So that seems like it's just a -1. But whether you minus the correct one is another question. 4, 3, 2, 1. Misbad. Think you just pick a fucking Gintoki here, or one of the Burn or Lightbringer, and it's like 80 to 20, this kind of draft. No, I don't think this is the correct answer. I think it has to be Ashen or Gintoki or your own Wet Hand. Archon. Okay, interesting. Archon with Polia's Tau, I don't think you can still go for a turn 1 hook. I think it's not enough. Especially nowadays, Archon, he's using the new accessory, so he has -1 starting mobility. But it's not like he has to go turn 1. He's defaulting back to Akaya. I don't like this. This draft is too hard to play, especially when you're giving yourself free despair. And AdesDrac like got a free ban face, so he can like pick the maximum offense lineup here. Wonder if Leon would have been better as a like hard check to Gintoki, similar to game 1. Grand, like, yeah, I think Gintoki is, I think Leon is better because it checks both Z2 and Gintoki, but I suppose it's the last pick, so it's kind of whatever. This draft is like, it's mostly the front few units that are going to be doing the heavy lifting. No tank lineup playing into this, like just the front three, it creates so much threat already. Like, borderline unplayable. Your Gintoki actually has to kill everything, I think. Maybe he's concerned that the Leon is going to eat the chip from Nemia, and then your bikes gets disabled. But I think you have more range than Gintoki anyway. Assuming Gintoki doesn't have the new accessory, of course. Unicorn's Grand Shield is actually a decent combo with Folio and also a decent check to Gintoki. Z2's kind of whatever. I think like you just sack your Poli to initiate, and then you just let Z2 kill her, and then you kind of just ignore her and go for everything else. What the fuck is this? Wave right. 2 closest allied unit within 2 blocks. When moving through allied mysterious ocean current, gain 2 blocks of mobility mitigation for 1 turn. I've never seen this skill before. Does Nemia actually plan to be playing near her friends? Seems like it's just go, no? Yeah, what are you going to do about this? You just buy Nemia, and I'm not sure who you want to buy now. Okay, he buys Lina. I heard a breeze sound. 8 mobility grand show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. That's S/ range already. Like, if he brought unicorns, this shit's over. It's gonna be like 9 plus 4 movement. But he didn't bring unicorns, so it doesn't combo with Poliao. It's a goddamn wet hand buffet though.
Oh wow, even teleport to follow up. I thought he would teleport the Grand actually. Because Grand is a more secure kill on something, I think. But after the polio jumps, Archon should be able to reach a lot of things. This is still boots. It's not the new accessory. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1 with the polio tile. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it has pretty decent range after the initiation. I think if you can kill Gintoki before he gets angry, you definitely go for that. Otherwise, yeah. It's time for Polio to just go, I think. Polio goes, gets a stun. Hopefully it's on Z2. Then Archon initiates, and then goes straight to Gintoki, kills him, and then game's over. Oh, Gota. See who he stuns. Average Polio gameplay, he stuns the weakest unit. But damage is kinda done. It doesn't matter if Z2 kills the Polio at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Hook's a little bit wasted on Z2, but doesn't matter. This is the only unit that matters right now. Actually, I would have preferred if Polio ended up here, so that you guarantee the stun on Zeta, and you also give less stacks to Gintoki. Now you have 2, so you can still afford to hook 1 with Archon. But if he hit 3 people, and then after the Archon hooks, he actually can't hit the Gintoki anymore. Alright, you can, but it probably won't kill. Anyways, there's still a wet ham on the map, so... 1, 2, 3, oh. There the jumps. This doesn't matter. Kills this. Bone Hammer. Archon pulls the Zerida. Kills the Gintoki. And now Zerida is in the middle of the map. And then you can kill him with 2 hits from Grand Shield plus Wet Ham. Yeah, Nemia might be able to kill a bird next turn. But Awakener is still on the map. Although it's kind of difficult for her to follow up right now. I think he could have afforded to pull 1 more behind. Defender, I don't think it matters. Yeah, okay. In hindsight, maybe he could have brought the standard skill set on right hand. It's a little bit of gamble though, because like right now Nemia has Despair, but the Despair could have gone on to the other full HP units or Zerida, which has immunity. And it's not like he really needs it. Like this tile is just enough for Wet Ham to get the +1, and then he gets 2, and then he gets 4, which reaches every single unit on Diabllo's side. So you can kind of just do whatever. That's just an S slash on Zerida. You can kind of just ignore her for a bit. She won't be relevant until Lightning Slash comes back, I think. Just gonna get zoned by everything. I'm not sure how much damage you would take if you just S slash Lena. And I'm also not sure why she keeps bringing this. He's just gonna call it. He's not gonna play the rest of it out. So this game ends AdesDrac 2-1 Diabllo. Diabllo is playing AoE Rush, which understandably right now I think is a very difficult lineup to play, especially like Akaya variants of AoE Rush. There's just too many DPSs that counter that strat. And in a BO3, you can see what you're coming up against. So you're just, even if game 1 you're playing like a more standard lineup, game 2 you're just gonna put your Polial, you're gonna put your Wet Ham, or you can load up your healers like Liana and Kyra as we saw. And that
matchup becomes like impossible to play unless you swap to a different archetype yourself. So yeah, series 2-1. Then I'm gonna look at the other series now in the reviews. First one is Sdao versus Bguy. Let me see, what server is he? I actually can't see what server he is. I need to disable this thing. What server is Sdao on? It doesn't say on his Discord. I need to check. Maybe Straw can help me out there. Otherwise, I'm gonna check the other series first, which is RôFish versus MyNameWasStolen, Bguy. Wait, can I even type that letter out? I have to try with fish first. Bguy. Oh no. I don't think this works, right? I can't type his name. Maybe I can copy and paste it? Okay, I think I can just copy and paste it. Okay, this works. Well, spoiler, 2-1. Okay. MyNameWasStolen, another Akaya Rush variant sort of thing with an Oboro, strangely. Whereas RôFish is playing double act again healers with, how many tanks is this? Lightbringer, Landius, Bernhardt. Technically Poliao. So it's kind of 2 magic tanks and 2 physical tanks. I wouldn't really call Gren a physical tank at this point. There's a Nemia here as well as Godhand, D2. D2 is demon on both sides, interesting. They haven't converted to sword class yet, or they don't plan to. This is like offense, but it's not very typical. There's no Rosen, there's only 2 magic tanks, there's an Oboro here. But it's not too far from the standard kind of lineup. Whereas this is, yeah, I'm not quite sure about the Oboro in this box. It feels very odd. There's no faction buffers. There's only 1 act again. Well, 2 if you count Ashen. 2 act again units. You know, CC White. But do you really want to be playing around acting again Oboro in this kind of lineup? Looks kind of off. But anyway, let's just see how their draft goes. Looks like it's going to be an Awakener trade. There's no Rosen. It's just how it goes. Nemia seems to be quite a popular first pick for AoE Russia because he just hits everything. It's kind of similar to Clotaire in a sense, but her debuff, which puts all enemy units in water, actually is a little bit better for AoE Rush because it helps slow down the enemy team as well. Whereas Z2 opener is standard in fighting offense, I think, for this kind of lineup if you don't get Awakener. Poliao is an interesting option as well, but Z2 is fine if you want to go for a more single target route. Interesting that he didn't go for Ashen. Like, she doesn't get 1 shot, right? Surely. Act again could be pretty cool first pick here. But he doesn't get it and it's gone. Yenny is the other unit because with her exclusive, she actually slows down the enemy team. And Yenny gets picked up on second pick, so it's a form of follow-up for any act again units, although there's not too many of them here. Mostly just potentially Andrew, which is banned. Gintoki, Zerida could kind of use it, but I think it's still not enough range. Grenshell could be okay with it as well. The other guys don't really care for the portal. So this could be nice for attack buff as well, technically. But we see a counter Nemia on the other side.
Andrew, Bernhard, exact same band. Z2 as the third pick. So we're kind of seeing a very similar draft right now. Lina and Sissy White. So Sissy White is probably just like a tank band. And Lina, if you're playing single target, you don't want like one random AoE unit just crippling your whole team. So understandable with this. Lina's damage is absurd. Okay, Polio Z2 gets through, so there's a semi-check in the opponent Z2, so you can't just use the Polio as a platform for your own Z2 because the other Z2 is just gonna kill you in one hit. So it's not as oppressive as like we saw in the series just now, but like that also means you can never end turn on your own Zerida. Godham CC White, so this might be just an act against slash tank ban. And Godham is just like the longest range single target unit that is in this roster right now. So RôFish, I think, can you even go back for a tank at this point? Because you could always just threaten like an Oboro matchup. I don't think it's that bad at this point. Liana's okay as well. Yeah, okay. So act against and a way to repair the damage of Demia. Can't go wrong with that. And the tank is forced out here, but I don't know if this is good or not. Like, I might even argue that banning these two and giving these two might be better. Because now your lineup is like half and half. You can't just go AoE to cripple them and then you try to pick off units with D2 out in the open. Now you actually have to go through the Lightbringer, which is not the most consistent tank for Z2 to bring down. Sometimes it's like crit reliant and stuff. And now you're really forced into AoE with Yenny as well. You have an Oboro, but I really doubt this game is gonna go until like turn 4, turn 5. Let's see how much damage the Granshell takes from this. Yenny goes back for single target into a Lightbringer. Looks kinda tough. Z2 even brought AoE. I wonder if this is balance blade or something. It's green death and green M death. Guardian infantry. Holy shield bash. This is like a dragon killer later on in the game. S/. Yeah, MyNameWasStolen is going for a very single target lineup, which makes the decision to give Lightbringer on the last pick even worse, I think. Oh. Seems fair, this unit. Who the fuck needs attack buff? Just one aim and you can just kill stuff. Interestingly, in the previous series, we saw Nemia try to do the same thing to an Awakener, but that one, Nemia died. But like, he procced the debuff on the armor. I don't remember exactly what kind of armor it was, like Tenio or the Emperor's Clothes. But that caused the Nemia to fail kill and die in retaliation. Right now, Nemia just trades 1 for 1, which... Well, at the end of the day, this game is gonna come down to whether you can kill Lightbringer with your Z2. But it's also Liana with Lightbringer. And with Gospel on Lightbringer, Z2 actually pretty much cannot disable the revive of Lightbringer. So, lineup alone, this looks rough. Like, you're just gonna push your Lightbringer all the way up now. You have to slowly cleave through the enemy team while hugging your tank, but looks very straightforward. Just don't overcommit. Okay, let's see if that's an overcommit. Fail. See what he dispelled. He didn't get any of the defensive buffs. Defense is still there, guard is still there. What other buffs does he have? You get 2 dispels. You get the conversion, which matters very, very slightly. And he got Death, I think, or the command. Got the command. Oh, this thing is in global now. I should have turned it on. I want to see whether the Zerida crit the troops on the werewolf. Nope, the troops didn't crit. So yeah, that's an instant fail kill on Lightbringer. And with that, you have jumped right into the tank. The Z2 is gonna mop up the enemy Z2, heal up the tank. Grand Shell is not in position to follow up. You can follow up next turn, but Poliao can just, stun you and buy time for the revive on Lightbringer to come back. Oh, yeah, you don't really need to play this out. You could also just act against the Lightbringer and move backwards. Okay, we're seeing quite some box changes. Gemini Bridge. Akaya and Oboro goes down in return for Archon and Lost Hand. So this is kind of like a strategic-ish lineup. Both of them are decent on this map. No, Lost Hand seems to be falling off pretty hard in SEA, but if it's an aggro matchup, he's probably still pretty fine. See a lot of changes. Poliao, Oboro, Landius, and Liana. For Leon, same 2 units, Lost Hand and Archon, and Rosen. So this is a 1 tank with Rosen. Like, if you don't count the physical tanks. Interesting lineup. Not sure if they're trying to go for like a Awakener kind of trait, but no, the Awakener just gets banned out immediately. Let's pick Leon. Okay, how do you respond to this? Z2, okay, we're not gonna deviate too much. Bernhardt, Lightbringer, and Sissy White that could technically tank the Leon's hit. But we're gonna have to look at follow-up. Z2 is banned out because like if you end up with Sissy White as a tank, you don't really want to give a free platform for Z2. Nemia is just like turn 1 bullshit, but that gives Yenny, or even like something like Lost Ham, Grand Show, could all be okay. Ashen, Lightbringer. Burn is a pretty okay pickup, I feel. Ashen comes out. Let's see what star this Ashen is. Andrew, Bernhardt seems to be standard. The Leon trait. But player 1 Leon is a lot stronger because you can disable the enemy motorbikes if they don't have a healer. Sissy White is not that great because for the same reason that we said just now. Z2 plus Leon. Yeah, Leon's a little bit of a waste if you use it to kill the Lancer, but you still do AoE, you still do displacement, and it's a free entry for the Zerida after that. So it depends on how much you can make out of the Leon attack. Like, you could pull a unit nearer to your team, and then Z2 kills 1 at the back, and then your teammate kills 1 that is nearer, something like that. Little bit RNG, but that's Leon as a unit. Sissy White pick up as the semi-tank. Is there any other tanks left? Lightbringer, Burn, Band, yeah. Act Again plus Lancer, third pick, pretty decent. Yenny and Lost Hand Band, so no stun bullshit, no hit and run on Lancer bullshit, no mobility decrease bullshit. Lost Hand player 1. The attack buff is not quite there yet. Oh, never mind. Grand Show gets passed, so looks like Grand Show is being looked down in this environment. Doesn't have quite enough range. She's tanky though on this map with all the terrain. But Lost Hand kind of hard checks the birds on this team. And especially now that he has a pretty decent faction buff to go along with it. Nemia, so sniper unit. Probably kills Leon. I don't know if it can kill Sensi Lost Hand. Might be difficult. Definitely kills Grand Show. Unless you bring like infantry troops or something. Last pick Grand Show rounds out the faction buff as well. Both Grand Shows on the last pick. Well, we know that this series is 2-1, so let's see how the game plays out. Now, is it like a Leon kind of thing? No. Oh. Instant -1 on Zerida. It's nice. You stun the Zerida, remove the revive, and you don't lose turn priority by doing this. You go back to a city wall. Only Leon can really kill you. But you don't really want to use Leon to kill this. Leon goes in. Okay. Feels very not worth. Yeah. Z2 doesn't even create the terrain, so that's extra not worth, I think. Iron Fist. And it's pointless. Leon kills you anyway. So yeah. Huh? That really needed. This is fine, no? What are you trying to hit? Why do you need to use it on the Leon? Like, either you keep it or like, I don't know. Oh, is it because of this? No, Leon doesn't seem to care about this. Not quite sure what that rush is for. Is it for this? I wouldn't try to hit Granshire with this kind of HP anyway. Just trade. Now Leon can just run back. Leon run back. This Leon has no chivalry anymore. Zerida, 3 movement, no balls to jump on because she's stunned on the first action. Gran is kind of busy guarding, so she can't really go in and do anything. Even if you do go in, Granshire on Granshire is a very tough kill. Ashen has revive. CC White still has a Lancer to do anything with. I think you take it slow, recover a little bit on Leon, and then game should more or less play itself out. Yeah, we even have Inspire. Yeah, CC White has a lot better healing potential now with her casting. Wait, what the fuck? This troop works on AoE skills? Holy fuck, this skill is not that true. Too bad it only reduces the 2 Dragon Strike though. It only reduces DPS skills, not like guard skills and stuff. But wow, this troop works on AoE. For some reason I thought it was only single target, like a Lucretia kind of deal. Yeah, but 2 act against is like too much to deal with, seems like, at this point. Desperate measures, but he doesn't have chivalry, which is what he needs. Fire doesn't have turn priority, which is the worst part, I think. Like, not even having turn priority. This is cycling the guard skill. Like, you're just barely struggling to stay alive at this point. Not good. Is this Leon ready to go again? He didn't use his 3C earlier, so he has it now. Granshire has a shield, but it's not on terrain. I think it should still be a kill. Displacement hits everything. It's a pretty trash displacement. puts a lot of Leon's HP down. Well, anyway, Ashen has revived. And luckily, the Zerida is not put anywhere nearer that she can reach the Ashen. Inspire. So now you can reach. But what about the range on Grancho? Doesn't quite reach the Lancer. You can just guard though. Creep. What does that do? Doesn't seem to do anything. Zera turns back for the Leon, but dies in the process. Yeah, Leon still hits hard. Archon Rosen down, Leon. Actually no, Leon was already there last game. It's Lina and a unit that he dropped in game 2. I don't remember which one it was. I think it's Poli. Yeah, it's Leon and Poli. I mean, Lina and Poli. MyNameWasStolen gets the Archon down. Yeah, Archon's pretty trash on this map. I think the Liana is new. RôFish takes player 1 this time. So Awakener trade. Leon Ashen. Ashen second ban on player 1. It's good, but is it better than the other things like Poli? This map, if you're playing without a healer. SP Burn first pick. It's a pretty interesting answer. Tank right off the bat. But there's no Rosen here, so if you have a healer, it's gonna be something like a Liana or Sissy White. And it's not the most offensive presence, but it is pretty difficult to kill. Now you could see something like either Lina or Yenny as a magic DPS to answer that. You first picked it, so you don't quite have enough bans to go around. I'm also not sure if you really need to ban Leon if you're first picking Burn. You just bring a Lancer troop, right, if you really want. Maybe that's not quite good in the long run. I don't know if Leon can even kill Burn if you bring Werewolves. Seems like a pretty tough kill, depending on what build your Burn is. But anyways, with those two bans, Z2 is the unit of choice, not the mages. I think the mages are gonna get banned. Okay, never mind, it's not. Poli is a pretty big threat, but you kind of still have your own Z2 as well, so I think the mages might be a bit more important when you're picking Burn. Especially if you're gonna go for a defensive first 2 pick like this. Leon's bullshit range, just get it out of the way on Windy Outpost. Lostham can kind of do similar things as well if you're not planning to play a tank. Sissy White has a Lancer, but you don't really want to rely on that too much. Okay, the mages finally gets to go. Surprising that the mages skip the second and third pick phase. Yeah, this is like kind of decent-ish tank push lineup with Burn Tank, Yenny being able to go in and out. Nemia Z2, so more responsive DPS units. Grancho picks up on 4th pick. Wait, Grancho doesn't quite do enough nowadays. Feels like. Like if you have a Lost Hand, you can even try to gamble for a turn 1 stun. Having your own Burn Heart should be pretty decent as well, but it is playing into enemy Yenny. Makes it a bit harder. Okay, this one is some cooking. Joel and Coney 4th pick. Threat range is like 9 on her single target skill, and AoE it's a lot better, but don't know if the AoE is gonna do enough. Gintoki literally banned on the last phase. It's fallen quite a bit. Lina, yeah, typical AoE stuff. Godhand comes in, so this looks like some tank bus lineup right now. So, but it's also double act again with Lancer.
Yeah, let's see if he goes for a tank disable or a tank bust. I think Nemia with Grenshell's buff can do quite a fair bit as well. Like in terms of just straight up killing the burn. No, my replay is bugged. Should I redo it? I think I'm gonna redo it, and I'm gonna edit the front part out. I need to click around. I can't just like commentate like that. I need to see what they bring. Nemia can actually kill Bernhardt depending on the build. Like if it's last right and your Toilet Star, it's a pretty decent chance to kill. But I think it's crit reliant, if I remember correctly from what I see. But there's also no command aura on player 2's side, so that makes it a little bit more manageable. I don't think Godham can kill Burn, at least not in one hit. But he could also just like, you know, you just do it with 2 hits. And you just take advantage of that with Derrida because you're playing against 2 healers. Or who knows, maybe Nemia or Grenshell just picks off a unit. Like a DPS unit. That increases by 25. Is that full star? Let me check. Where's Nemia? No, that's 5 stars. Got him with Air Slash. That's kind of greedy. Means you're just assuming that the tank is gonna die. Air Slash for Z2 as well. Unicorns on Grenshell. Pretty interesting. I think there's not much of a reason to bring unicorns. I'm pretty sure Joa and Coney can kill you through unicorns. Okay. Yanni brings Black Hole, which is interesting. You're already pretty low on DPS options, so not sure if you can afford to bring Black Hole. Like, maybe he's trying to go for a Swords Dance plus Black Hole AoE kind of kill, but it's quite easy for RôFish lineup to just spread out. Like Zerda just camps the back, one guy camps the top, bottom, middle, and then your AoE just kind of can't hit everything. Then usually you kind of need to play single target and just trade favorably. Instant +1 on Nemia. So I think you have to buff with Grenshell first, and then we'll see if Nemia can just delete Bernhardt. Okay, mobility down gets dropped. Zerida goes into the corner, so we're gonna be here for a while, seems like. Investment on Nemia. Summon a Lancer, because why not? Although it's not the most useful thing. How's Nemia's mobility on this map? Does that reach anything? That's mildly convenient. That's mildly convenient. Anyone else has a breeze? No, it applies to 1 only. That's just a dead burn, it looks like. No, taking it slow and chill. Okay, Iron Fist goes up, so a little bit more defense. Seems like we're just chilling. The Joa blocks down the middle, act again, 30% attack, just going all in. What's that for? I have no idea what that accident was for. Boom, deleted. I thought she ignores guard when she's on the terrain, no? Oh, if enemy is in water, never mind. Yeah. I was thinking that she has to shoot this in a straight line? No, it doesn't even say straight line, so you can shoot this diagonally. Yeah, pretty comfortable kill, 41k. Like, CCY, where's your Lancer? It's a trade, but you traded a very big unit away. It's your main way of surviving the onslaught of Godhand. Doesn't quite kill the Lancer, but mobility is broken. But it also doesn't do much. Lancer comes out now. The end is nigh. Revive activates, you just kill the Lancer, Zerida comes in after this. And yeah, here is where you're kind of thinking like, I really wish I had an extra attack skill. Revive doesn't care, Z2 comes in, game's over. Ooh, that almost straight up kills the apotheosis. It's like a flex jump. I jump from the fog. Bloodline fronting. Okay. Wow, that's still quite a lot of reflex for a melee attack. Act again, Jaw and Coney. But at this point, yeah, just do this and then CCY acts again. Wait, he moved out of act again range. Okay, no, never mind. He doesn't even have it. Either way, he has turn priority. Right, there's no act again on Liana. He just kills the Coney. And then, yeah, that's going to be the end of this series. Most, like, all three games on this series are actually pretty aggressive. Game 1, I think it's just an Oboro line. Like, Oboro just didn't make sense in that lineup, and he just got overrun. And the Zerida tried to kill the tank, didn't get it, and then game was just over from there. Game 2, I think the Leon was played a little bit too aggressively. Like, that kill didn't feel worth it. Like, you have to wait for Zerida to at least wake up so that you can get the terrain to try and initiate from that. Yeah, you're not killing this Grand. Yeah, game 2, and then it kind of just snowballed from that Lost Ham stun. Like, Lost Ham got great value out that game. Took 1 life out of Z2, prevented any terrains from spawning, forces out the Leon, Chivalry, and 3C. And then, like, you just play around with your act against and get your kills. This game was like a draft kind of thing, right? Like, you have Bernhard plus 2 healers, and then your Bernhard gets killed in 1 hit. That's just tough. Nemia was first pick as well, I think, so maybe he's like either underestimating Nemia's damage or overestimating Burn's tankiness. Like, because Nemia has magic troops, so Burn always has to watch out for that. And died in 1 hit, and then it just snowballed out of control with the rest of the DPSs. Godham /, very good threat range. Just use it to kill the Lancer, enemy can't even kill you back. Z2 comes in, kills 1 DPS. And Grenchill kills the other one, and then 2 healers, you can't win. So yeah, that's the end of this series. Looks like I don't have an update on what Sdao server is, so can't really quite review that. I could try to like gamble a few servers and see if I get it.
Okay. Looks like we will need to ask him for his server. Sdao Bguy. Okay, this one. Same server. Sdao is playing... There's no Lightbringer in this. It's just SP Burn. Elaine, which is a pretty rare pick. I think she's a pretty decent unit. She just came at an unfortunate time. Very aggressive. 1 CC White, 1 SP Burn as a tank, and everyone else is just go go go. Joa and Coney. Interesting pick. Like, as an assassin, I think she needs a little bit of sustain so that like you have Mass Crystal on your Joa, then you can try to push it up. But in this comp, it looks more like just a trait unit for a single target. Not the greatest, but 9 range is still passable, and if you breeze, it's better. Whereas Bguy is playing also just 1 CCY as well, but he has Lightbringer, Burn, and a Poly to go with it. So very low sustain matchup, so Poly actually is pretty decent here. Sword Z2 on Bguy and Demon Z2 on Sdao. So Godham, always need to watch out for that. It's a Lost Ham as well. It's a pretty decent Lost Ham map. Not super good like Windy Outpost and Gemini Bridge, but still pretty decent. And so this is like a map and box setup. Slight advantage, I think. But Sdao is just straight up more offensive overall. So we have to see how that plays out in the draft. Offense to offense, no one gets to play Awakener. Very unfortunate. Ashen first pick on player 1. No Ashen on Bguy actually. No, I'm dying. So it looks like it's gonna be a, just Ashen trade. See where we go from here. Yenny gets banned on both sides on second phase. So yeah, the attack buff, like this is a Helena tier exclusive, right? It just does too much. Mobility down, and the portals itself already gives like very good playmaking ability. And you give attack buff as well, so that any act again units that you have, they don't really need attack buffs anymore from a separate source. Then we see Andrew being banned here on player 1 again. So it's just overall very strong single target trade unit. It's just Gintoki 2. Whereas Bguy gets his Nemia banned out. Like a turn 1 rush threat. And he picks his own Nemia. So will we see an Andrew here? The act again is kind of neat overall. But maybe yeah, Z2 is just good overall. Like additional threat on Poly. Like Poly is already a pretty big threat, and now it's a bigger threat. So Poly probably has to get banned here. And then afterwards, you're kind of like thinking like, when do you want to get rid of the tanks? Andrew on player 2, Godham's threat range. Leon's threat range on this map is pretty solid as well. CC White and Poly. So CC White, I guess it's an additional source of act again. And like you want to force a legit tank. You don't want like this act again / Lancer to come out. Poly is just, I think, yeah, you can't really give Poly Z2 with act again. It's just too much. Pick up his own Leon, so either you respond with like a Lancer troop on the tank, or you just play the aggressive matchup. Andrew. They're kind of cooking a little bit with the act against here. Lightbringer and Leon. So we're giving the burn and Lina as the solution. Lina can bring mass attack, so like she's not an act again unit, but yeah, she has her own attack buff. And with no sustain, the AoE is a pretty big threat, especially with Leon on the map. No matter if you're tripping 3C or his SP AoE, it's still AoE damage. Nemia as well. So this is like a flexible draft overall. You could go AoE, you could go single target. Whereas Bguy is just going full single target trade. Usually in this kind of matchup with no tank on the enemy side, you probably just play a single target trade. It's too easy to spread out. Speed Burn comes out, it buffs Andrew mostly, and it can sort of become a like emergency tank. I want to see if Leon can actually kill this unit. I actually haven't seen enough of this matchup. Gintoki could be funny though, like he could just play triple act again. But it's just funny. I think burn is definitely better here. God damn. Wedding dress Lina. Mass attack, double AoE. Leon brings AoE as well, so it's not gonna bother with trying to kill the burn. Straight up. Iron Fist, Burn Heart, standard. S/ on God Hand. Not quite as big of a range as Wet Hand, but still pretty decent. Andrew with Javelin. Wow, is this how everyone just plays Nemia nowadays? Just shoot. That Leon is looking dangerous after this. Oof. Mobility on some of these units. At least there's 2 flyers, but the Leon reaches like here. So it hits these 3 right now.
Heal up a little bit. Gintoki end turns so that he can be ready to act again whenever they go for the Nemia kill. Bguy's camping back row. I think he's just trying to dodge the AoE damage from Leon. And he's not that interested in killing the Nemia just yet. Okay, as I say that, he goes in. The Z2 ball comes out, so... Okay. Lina gets turned into a demon. Wait, you can land both debuffs? How does that work? Why did both debuffs go off? Oh, so... one of them came from the 3C and one of them came from the Talon. That's kind of fucked. Lina has a very good AoE here. But I guess someone has to take it. It's just a little bit unlucky that... the demon class doesn't matter too much, but it's mostly the loose control. Now you have to commit 2 units into the middle of the map and right on top of the Zelda ball. The trade just doesn't quite add up here, because I think Z2 kills one and then actually kills the other. Okay, only maybe Gintoki dies here. Leon goes in with the AoE, but does he even hit anything? What was the Leon Chivalry for? I might be missing something, but I'm not quite sure what this is for. Chivalry? Is there any debuff that he needs to dodge? Is it risky to use Javelin? I know Javelin's a pretty shit skill. Oh no, Lina just runs in front of the ball. That's a bit unlucky, right? I think that Lina AoE was the best chance he has to win this, although it's still difficult. Whoa, 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 whoa. The hell is that counter damage? That's not even Warlocks. What the fuck? Does this hero not have melee penalty or something? I do not quite understand how that's a counter kill on Zerida.
Leon has attacked first because Z2's infantry. At this point, looks like an Andrew hard carry. And like Andrew slash Bernhard, something like that. Ragnarok kills one, and then tries to retreat again. I don't think there's much else to watch though in this game. There's just nothing to deal with Leon and Andrew. Ooh. Fucking Javelin, garbage skill. Act again? No, just Leon. Yeah, no one can quite touch the Andrew as well, because he has attacked first. Ashen has stun though. This kill? Okay, it does. Probably a little bit unnecessary at 10, but the Bernhard also can't really lose at this point. So yeah. Bguy takes game 1. Pretty, it's a pretty just good trade matchup overall. The demon on Lina's like a little bit unlucky. He even acted again and ran right up to the Zerida terrain. So he couldn't fully capitalize on the initiation from Nemia. Like you just do the just run low, then you just run backwards. And the follow-up is not quite there. So let's see, any backup changes? Oh, Elaine got dropped in favor of Poli. Yeah, Poli is pretty decent in these low sustained matchups overall. Wet Ham. That's like a unit that some people forget exists when you're playing these kind of no-tank games. If you run into a burn, then you're a little bit sad. If you run the Poli, you're a bit sad as well. But if there are no tanks on enemy team, still a very good unit. Sagani, I'm not quite sure. Like it's good on paper, but his realistic threat range without breeze is 10. And then you can only move your owl once. So if you're not playing tank push, it's actually not too hard to just move away from the bird. So we'll see if he can do anything if he gets picked. I think the opener is probably going to be roughly the same. Ashen, and then we're going to see a bit of Andrew, Nemia. The new units are all pretty busted. And we have a follow-up like Constellation Prize in Yenny because exclusive is too good. Yeah, opener looks very similar overall. D2 second pick again. Okay, the Sagani eats a respect band. Probably because he wants to go burn and like tank a little bit with it. Lightbringer. So a full tank on tank matchup. There's no good way to kill Lightbringer in one hit, but probably just use Nemia as an assassin, try to put people in water and snipe, or you use Grand Shield to guard disable stuff, but there's still technically 4 physical guard options, so it's not the easiest thing to play out. Okay, that's the assassin. But these two units have revive, so probably one of the units that gonna come at the end. CC White second act again, but we ban out the Grand Shield anyway. So double Lancer, act again option. Gintoki. Maybe some displacement plays are on the table, or you could just snipe and then finish off with the Scooter. Wet Ham by himself is probably not enough to take out the Bernhard, but Z2 Wet Ham is at this point it's a pretty old combo.
But I'm not sure if it's a good idea to go out of the tank, because you are playing tank and healer. Loyalty onto the Coney. See if you can find anything. Not the easiest game to play Joe and Coney, because without Rosen, you can't really push this unit up too well, but he just does it anyway. Doesn't care if the wet ham just breaks it. So this is a filler act again. Both sides feeling each other up a little bit. Yeah, and then we want to see if the enemy tries to make an attempt on the burn. No, we're just gonna go in first. Swords dance. AoE. I wonder if that's gonna prevent the Zerda from killing the burn. Okay. We are... Okay, Z2 might be able to kill this with the AoE now. Wait. The Z2 didn't do anything, so... That felt like a very weird sequence. It didn't really make sense to me. Oh wait, the Z2 already ended. Yeah, because we traded egg against. Q reversal on the Andrill. I guess killing Joy and Coney will be bad as well, because you straight up activate the Andrill. Seems like that's just no good play here. Q reversal doesn't really matter too much though. You're just gonna die. Yeah, Bernhard just moves backwards. Heals back up to full. Bimir hammer. Okay, now he takes the kill on Joe and Coney. Is there a heal on this? Oh, he just straight up dies. Okay. What's the percentage heal on that? Okay, so the heal reversal does technically work out as a trait. I am having fireworks outside of my window. Don't know if the mic picks that up. Oh, it's 100% HP, so any kind of heal reversal is just gonna kill this. From 50%. Okay, so that does kind of work out, but Zerida is still heal blocked, but with a healer, Ashen has no revive. Wait. How come she doesn't have a revive? Doesn't she get one when she ends turn? Remove 4 blocks and act again. I thought she'll always get one when she ends turn. I remember seeing this yesterday, and after she ended turn, she had 1 stack. Oh wait. Yeah, she still doesn't have it. Oh, is it because she used the Revitalize? Damn, I need to read up on this unit. Like, Gintoki versus Z2, Lightbringer, and CC White. CC White is kind of far away from the tank right now. Bernhard hasn't activated Guard yet, but Z2 at this HP, I mean, even if you end turn, then you act again, and then you kill Gintoki. First up, you can't do it in Guard. So I'm pretty sure S/ doesn't kill this. Actually, with act again, who knows? Maybe it might. But I think Burn just like kills the Lightbringer after that, and then you don't really have much of a game left. Act again on the tank instead. Okay.
Discipline to soften up the Gintoki. S/31% though. Still looks a little bit suspicious to me. Okay, it's a kill. And with full HP, maybe the Burn Heart cannot kill it. But is there a stun coming up on this? Because he got a kill just now. Not Born of Arashi. Pretty much almost just straight up kills the Lightbringer. You can just Empire buff and then just wait a bit. Actually, you don't even need it. It actually still has 1 turn on it. Zerida is 3C, but like, the healer doesn't have time to heal her so that she can actually attack properly. I think Z2 actually doesn't have the best time trying to kill Burn. Can we kill this on this turn? Yes, we can. Yes, act again. No, just Burn Heart attack. So we're probably gonna see the 3C here and see if it kills the Burn Heart. It's a lot of heal. Werewolves are below 70. S/. Yeah, S/ is definitely not killing. Actually, Z2 doesn't even have attack buff left, I think. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. 3C or S/. The Burn has no solutions now. Burn Heart is a very strong unit, let's see. Sword stance. No, he doesn't want to leave the guard for Ashes. No, not quite enough. Break the rock, 8%. Doesn't matter if you die for it. Burn Heart will clean up. Well, let's just move on to the next game. Wait, not a straight up kill. I guess it's werewolf, but like, even the damage is like, you're not gonna kill a Burn, right? That's not gonna happen. Oh, you normal attack this and then you shoot bash the next turn. And then you just kill it with 2 hits. Fair enough. Okay, that actually did a lot. It's probably not going to be enough to ever kill, but more than I'll expect from a 1151 CCY. Damage dealt plus 20. This is attack? No, there's no attack on this. Huh. Guess it's just a werewolf thing. Shoot bash. CC wakes up, dies to the next attack. So there was kind of a very small chance. Very small though. Last game, yeah, the Wareham comes out as well. So it's like, you either play like Burn Heart or you're not gonna be very happy. Actually, wait, no, is that a, no, that, oh wait, I got it wrong. It's Wareham down. Maybe that means he's not very willing to ban out the physical tanks. You ban out the Burn Heart. Even though it's actually just Burn Heart and Poli. He doesn't want to play that way. But what unit got swapped in? I didn't even check. I think it's Lost Ham. Lost Ham came back in. God damn it, everyone's just playing the same shit on the front picks.
That's what you call meta. It's like all three games have the same bans, more or less. Like you're either banning Yanni, Nemia, or Andrew. Lost Ham takes a respected ban, as does CC White. He wants to play Leon. The Z2 is probably just gonna get banned out here. What do you ban after that? You ban like Z2, Poli? Then Burn is gonna get picked up, or CC White. Sagani third pick this time. Lightbringer eats a bang ahead of SP Bernhardt. I think SP Bernhardt's actually pretty legit here though, more than Lightbringer. But I guess, I don't know. I still have yet to see the Leon try to hit a SP Burn, so I don't know about that. Holy, just too much to deal with. Nemia plus Leon is quite a fair bit of AoE threat on turn 1. Grenshell 4th pick to round out the affection buff. 2 AoEs banned out on the last phase, so while SP Burn gets through again. We have Gintoki on this side, so we have 2 Gintokis and an Ashen, so that's a lot of actor gain if someone else dies. But not quite a whole lot of initiation. Like, best initiation is 10 range on Godham and 10 range on Sagani as well. So Sdao is pretty much guaranteed to get first touch, unless you play around with egg again on a misplay or something. Okay, step 1, Nigerun Dayo. Just run. The game slows down a bit, it might come down to a breeze thing. Bguy is doing the standard procedure for facing Leon, just camp back row, but this is 3C, not AoE, so doesn't matter as much. Just trying to keep distance. +1 on Sagani. Ooh, breeze. But you just need to move the Leon, so whatever, doesn't do anything. That's the problem that I find with Sagani. Like, his range just isn't quite there. If only his AoE can be cast from 3 blocks away from the bird. Nemia jumps in, drops a nuke. Gonna die for it though. How much is it? Oh. Oh! I keep forgetting that she has a fucking single target as well, and it's 4 range. Does Leon have any follow-up? No, Leon doesn't quite reach, so it is gonna be a trade at the end. Oh, but if the Gitoki comes out, he's gonna die to Leon, so... It's a trade, but it's a trade that favors Sdao, because like he's gonna have to commit an extra skill to kill the Leon. The Leon is gonna be on enemy territory. You have attack first. Do you even take damage from this? Okay, you do. They both attack first. Okay, he doesn't run back. He just goes in for the spin. If Sagani is Goel, I think this doesn't matter too much. Long run, you're just gonna heal back up slowly. But Sagani staying alive is actually a little bit annoying because you actually want it to die so that your Andrew can be activated. Otherwise, they're just gonna play near SP Burn and you have to commit 1 hit on the burn first. So that was keeping his distance. The Sagani still breathed. Okay, just AoE on this. So... Threat. Looks like this game is devolving into a breeze war. Pretty hard for both sides to initiate at this point. Okay, that
That breeze might be pretty big. Okay, act against Sagani with the bonus mobility from this. Ah. Are we just gonna stun this? Yeah, we're gonna stun. Eh, he normal attacks. I don't understand. Is this just a Tiamat difference? Like literally just last game we saw how much CC White did with a normal attack. This is Sagani with Holy Light or Holy Word. Sounds like Bernhardt's hero just doesn't care as much, especially if it's... This has to be Tiamat, right? This damage. Like this. Divine Boots Sagani is so pitiful in terms of damage. Oh my god. Like, is Ashen weak or is Burn too OP? Because this is the second time. Like, come on, this is 20% werewolves, 46% Bernhardt. No extra defensive buffs. That's a 3C skill. With Ragnarok chip damage. Attack buff is still there. Like, my brain cannot comprehend this. What the fuck is this damage? What the hell? What's the troop effect on this? Moving 3 or more blocks before attacking. So just deal 15% increased damage. Would it have been better to run around then? Let's look at the animation. I want to see the damage ticks. $208. Wow. Goddamn, Burn is tanky. The fuck? I guess compared to his non-SP form, he gets a 20% extra defense from this. Actually, no, I don't remember. Does Burn already have this for him? Not sure. This is unreasonably tanky. I guess it's a 4-star Ashen. But still. Yeah. Looks like this series has been pretty hard carried by Bernhardt. Both this game and the previous game. First game was more like just a trade kind of thing. Really exciting trade series, single target. But yeah, I think this is the only replay I have left, so I'm gonna call it a day. It's getting late here. A little bit. I need to wake up early tomorrow. So yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.